Okay, welcome to a quick tutorial on how to mock draft, or just how to draft. A mock draft will look exactly like the draft come draft day. These mock drafts are just for people to practice. It's kind of dorky. Um, I've done them before, and it just kind of lets you know. Well, it's good. It's a good practice, and also who's going to maybe be there when you're picking. But they serve the purpose of training. So when the actual draft day comes, which is set, by the way, here you can see I'm on the Yahoo Sports page and I'm logged in as myself. And if I go to league, it will bring up our league. Here we all are. Here's the first week's matchup, and our draft is set for this Sunday, August 23rd at 6 o'clock. Um, and if you go up to draft up here, in between research and commissioner, if you go up to draft and hit mock drafts, it will bring up all these mock drafts for you. We don't want anything with a 14, any people over there. We only want 8 and less to practice. Let's go with this one is 4 minutes away. That's not ideal, but, oh, is that an 8 man? Okay. But oh well, the soonest one is 8 minutes. I'm going to join in a middle spot, and I'll tell you why. Um, we had a problem fitting you into your. Unfortunately, another team is taking the last position. Okay, all right. Let's find another one then. Here's a 8 man right here. We're in. Okay. I think there. If you log in and do a practice one, and if you're just drafting our draft and just watching this tutorial as your practice, um, then it's not that big a deal. But sometimes I don't know what happened, but maybe it's because I already did a mock draft. But it'll say join the next 18, and it runs a little smoother. But we're in, and then there's a countdown: 2 minutes 28 seconds, and I'm the fifth pick. Now in our draft, uh, I was doing settings today, optimizing, and it randomly put our order. I think I got the second pick. I think Amy has the first pick, and I think Ashley has the last pick, pick 8. Now, this is a snaking draft. This is not like the NFL draft. So if Frank here has the first pick, as you see, Kellen has the 8th pick, and I have the 5th. Frank gets the first pick in the first round, but then he will have the last in the second round. And in the second round, Kellen will have the first. Um, so it's way more fair. In an 8 team, it really doesn't matter where you pick. You know, maybe if there's some amazing players, I really haven't done much research. Pardon me, I'm already a beer and a half in because you can't do fantasy draft without a beer in your hand. Don't be afraid to auto draft. If you just, I have auto drafted before in a bar league, and I ended up winning that league. My plane was late from Vancouver when I was at that bachelor party, and I was like, okay, oh well, I can't be in person. This was an in person draft. I'll just be late, and I just told them to just pick the best available, and they did that for me, and I think I ended up winning that league because there's so many moves and so much randomness. You don't know. These are just projections. These rankings. It's like a stock. You don't know if the stock's going to go up or going to perform or going to go down. It's a bit like poker. Even the better hand, starting hand, can get beat on the river of the turn, even though you had the other player beat. So you could have the best players in theory, but as the season goes on, then it becomes clear like who the actual players. And it's a head-to-head, so we won't get into that. This video is really just to show you how to draft if you want to draft, but don't be scared of an auto. Just not logging in. It'll just default pick the best player for you. We'll get into all that later as the season goes. But yeah, we have a full thing here. But yeah, these bookends have to pick two players in a row. So Frank and Kellen. I will have a little more time. And as you see, the draft starts in 6 seconds, 5, 4. And when we get started, you'll see the interface. Okay, we've got a progress bar loading. Probably should change my mouse cursor. I don't really do all these, record myself my desktop very often. Okay. It is. There's probably okay. There's still a countdown going on. So once this loads in, I think it waits till everybody gets in there. Okay. Over to the right, you have your starting positions: quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end, wide receiver, running back, or tight end. That's called a flex. A kicker and a defense. We're not going to play a defense, but in this mock draft, I'll have to take one later on. Doesn't matter. We are playing a kicker. Again, that's not that important. The most important positions are wide receiver, running back, tight end, flex, which is you can play in that spot. A running back, a wide receiver, or a tight end. Oh, geez, that was aggressive. Was that as loud on my end as it was yours? Or vice versa. We have bench players. So what the bench is, okay, who's picking? I guess Frank is picking, but why? Your queue is empty. I was hoping it would be a lot more. Frank's pick. You're up in 4 picks. All right. And you can click on Frank, but we want to click on myself. We want to click on players to see who the heck is. And then I think there's a feed on who picks who. Evan's pick. Well, where's. Okay. So here it says. Oh, this interface is not great. It says the last pick. So all these. Okay. So here we are. It's my pick. I've got 30 seconds. I hate this format, but this is what we're using. We're going to draft Christian McCaffrey, but he has a questionable. Let's see. Or Ahmad St. Brown. I got a 10. I'm going with Christian McCaffrey. He was the highest on the board. I took him. That's my running back. Boy, I don't. Maybe there is a way to. Don't love this. Usually we'll give a list of who. I guess maybe we don't have to worry about that. All right, it's my pick again. I think we got a lot of auto. Highest on the board is Justin Jefferson, or Kenneth Walker III. That's a Chief. I'm going to take Kenneth Walker III. No, I'm not, because I already got my running back. I do have another running back slot. And I do have the flex where I could play him. But I'm going to take Justin Jefferson because he's the highest on the board. And there it filled him in my spot. So I still have a wide receiver spot open. I have a running back spot open. I have a tight end, and I have the flex open. I could take my quarterback next, but according to Yahoo, quarterbacks are a little lower. Here's the highest ranked quarterback, Josh Allen, and he's the 28th overall. Now, I can see only quarterbacks. If I'm dead set on getting a quarterback, I can go up to here and I can filter just to see quarterbacks. But since I don't need a quarterback yet, and honestly, I don't like to pick a quarterback too early. Quarterbacks, you can play the matchup game where it's really more important what defense that quarterback is going against. And if you do this X rank and you just pick a player at the top that maybe you know that you like to watch, or he's on a team you like here's Derrick Henry. He's on the Baltimore Ravens. Maybe I'm a Ravens casual fan. We've got Brock Bowers tight end next. I have a tight end spot. I have the flex spot. Our flex will not have a tight end. So you can only play, our flex will only play a wide receiver and a running back. Nico Collins is highest on the board right now, according to Yahoo. But do I want him? No. Maybe I want George Pickens. Maybe I want, what was that? I forget. Andre Brown? Maybe I just take a quarterback, because what the hell? I'm going to take a quarterback. I'm getting crazy. He wasn't the highest on the board, but that I'm taking care of quarterback. I wouldn't normally take a quarterback that high, but just for the tutorial, you can scroll down and take whoever the hell you want. Is it recommended? Probably no. This is 30 seconds each round. This is crazy, and there's a lot of people auto picking. And this is practice. The real draft, you will not be so hectic. You have a minute 30 each pick. Plan for at least an hour. You can log in for 45 minutes, do your picks, and then just log off and let it auto draft for the rest. Because the auto draft is at the end of the draft isn't as important. Okay, it's our pick. I need a running back or wide receiver. I don't need a quarterback. If I draft a quarterback now, he's on the bench. Now I need a backup, but I'll take him later. So I'll just take. Oh, I don't like that questionable stuff. I'll take T Higgins. And so now I have my running two wide receivers, as you see, a running back and a quarterback. So it would be smart to probably take a running back next, but I don't have to. But I really need to take a tight end, a running back, or a wide receiver, because if I take a quarterback, I'm not taking a position of need yet. We'll need a backup quarterback on our bench later, but it's too early now. Now there's nothing stopping you. You could. Ooh, we got Rashee Rice coming up. Do I want a Chief? That's a dirtbag? Why not? Maybe he's got his shit figured out. I want Rice, but is anyone else going to take him? And I can move him over to my queue. I know maybe it's somebody else took him. Okay. I can move. Maybe I got my eye on this guy. Oh, how do I move him over to my queue? Oh, I think it's over here when I'm not drafting. I need a running back. There's a running back up here. Dallas, draft. Okay. I can add him to the queue as I'm waiting. Yeah, this is very hectic. The actual draft has a minute 30 in between picks, so it won't be so hectic. It can get a little crazy when it's your turn. Let's say I got my eye on this guy, this tight end out of Indianapolis. I can add him, and I can actually add him to my queue, and then if he's added to the queue and I step away or I log off or I have to pee, if he's available next round, it'll just take him by default. I don't like that though, so I'm going to remove him. There you go, and it's just as easy. Just click the star again. Funny enough, I might actually take him. I really actually think that's a good pick. So, and now I have a quarterback. I've got two wide receivers. I got two running backs. I have a tight end. The smartest move generally, now I'm not going to say you have to do this, especially in an 8-man league. There's going to be plenty of talent everywhere. I need to take a wide receiver, a running back, or a tight end. So we'll just see who falls to me at any of those positions that either I like or is ranked high. Maybe I'm high on DJ Moore. He just went from the Bears to Buffalo. I'm not a big Buffalo fan, so maybe I'll just stay away because, hey, it's my $20. I don't have to take the highest ranked. I can take somebody way down here if I want to. It is my time to draft again. Ladd McConkey, I will take him. And now I have every starting position filled. That doesn't mean I have to start them. A lot of things can happen between now and the beginning of the season. Now the only position I don't have filled is my kicker. I am going to wait till the last pick of the draft to take a kicker. I may not even take a kicker at all, and I'll just figure it out later. I'll have to drop somebody. I really want to go running back, tight end, wide receiver. Maybe it's time to take my backup quarterback. It's early, according to experts, but let's see who's there. I only have 20 seconds here. Mahomes is still there, so let's just draft Mahomes, What the hell? So now I got Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Maybe the knee's fine. Maybe he's going to be okay. He's ranked very low because he's had a very bad year last year as far as productivity. Okay, we don't want just quarterbacks. We want flex. We can actually see all the flex spots. God, Evans is old. Oh, Price, Harrison Jr. Oh, I don't like any of these players. I need to do some more research. Let's just go highest available. And for the sake of this draft, I'm going to wait. So it's slowing down for other people. Oh boy. Is this an 8-man? Oh, okay. I said there's going to be a lot of talent available. Maybe not. Maybe this year is just top heavy. Again, you're literally just clicking on a player you like that you recognize. Here's DK Metcalf. Great player. Seems a little low. Again, I haven't done any research myself. This is the most research I've done so far. Is this mock draft? Gosh, I already got a wide receiver. I'm a little heavy, so I really need to go running back. Let's see who's the Tony Pollard. Let's go Rico Dowdle. Just because I liked him. He did me good last year. Okay, now I got a running back on my bench. I've got a wide receiver on my bench, Mike Evans, and I've got a quarterback on my bench. Do I need it? Now I could probably go either a wide receiver or running back. That's a good Jacksonville, Thomas Jr. Boom. Now I've got 2 wide receivers on my bench that I can fill in whenever, or matchups if they're playing a shitty defense. Let's go. We're going to want to draft a running back next. So we're not too high, not too heavy on wide receivers. And I only have 2 bench spots left. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll probably do 6 in our league. I think that's how it's set up. Yeah, okay. We got the highest ranked running back is, I think it's J.K. Dobbins out of Denver. So we'll draft him. And now I only have 1 bench spot left. Let's go all positions. It would be weird to do a quarterback, but maybe. Let's do a tight end. Isaiah Likely. He's all right. We'll do it just so we do it. You don't really need a backup tight end. Now we've got kickers. Who is the best kicker available? We'll go with Kaimi Farbane, I think it's Kaya Farbane. How do you say that? Cameron Dicker. We'll go Farbane or Arn. And that's it. You know, it's not going to go that fast on our draft, hopefully. Unless I'm the only one that logs into draft. And then it just auto picks. We're not doing a defense, but this league is doing a defense. I'll just take the Jaguars because they're the highest pick. And that's it. All my picks are taken. Now we just have to wait for the end of the draft. That was hectic. That was crazy. It's not going to be that crazy in theory, our draft. But I got to choose Patrick Mahomes. You know, I had a little choice in that. He was still available. And I got a little choice. Christian McCaffrey, you know, was my first pick overall. We wanted Rashid Rice, but the guy right before me or the guy before him took him, you know, so I don't get him. And the draft is complete, and that's it. It's pretty easy. We can X out of here now. And here's some more mock drafts if I want to do one more. Well, you know, just go crazy. Just do a bunch. But yeah, that's it. Let's go to the league. I'll show you, but I'll also send a screenshot of the draft order. It was just randomly populated today when I was doing the settings. Go to draft. If you go to draft results, even though we haven't done it yet, it'll show round 1. Amy has the first pick. I have the second pick. Whoever is Dog Pound, 2-minute drill, mic'd up. Teddy's mom, that was Ashley. She has the last pick. That's not bad. I enjoy the bookends because if there's 2 players I'm looking at, I can just take them both. Let's say I can't decide between a wide receiver and a running back. Well, if I'm on the bookend, I just take a wide receiver and a running back. It still gives you a minute 30 per pick. So essentially, for 2 picks that you need to make, it gives you 3 minutes. So you have do you have more time? You still have the same amount of time per pick. The middle ones are, it looks like Alexandra has the 5th pick. She's right in the middle. She'll have a little more time between picks, which can help. But yeah, it looks like we're scheduled for 14 rounds. So that's 14 picks. It's not going to take a minute 30. Some people will pick quicker. If you want to just log in and pick your starters and then log out, go ahead and do that. You may stop to recognize a lot of the players, and it'll just auto draft. Or if you just want to auto draft the whole thing, it'll just take the highest that's available. But that's pretty much it. think it's going to be more fun on draft day. That was a mock draft and with only 30 seconds per pick or less. So, and it was a lot of people were just zooming through. But that's it. And I really encourage you to do a mock draft. Then again, that was kind of crazy. Let's see. View available mock drafts. Maybe. Oh, here we go. Yeah. For whatever reason, it's giving me. Now it says, okay, join next available draft. And then you have 8 team, 10 team. So if we hit 8 team, it'll just put you in one. And I think most of the mocks are 30 seconds. I wouldn't mind a mock, like finding a mock that's not 30 seconds, but I don't think it shows. There might be a way, but yeah. So if I go 8 team, it'll just put me, yeah, okay, just put me at the 5th position in this mock draft. It starts in 3 minutes. We can run a system test. All systems go. Okay, let's X out of that. And we're going to wait the 3 minutes and we're just going to do another mock draft. Because that was new to me. They changed the format. I was expecting a running list of who got picked. But it's really not necessary. I mean, if he's gone, he's gone. And I believe there's probably a search bar that I didn't use, but I'll show you that in this next mock draft. So if there's a particular player and you don't want to scroll, you're like, okay, that's my guy. I read an article and it said he's a sleeper and he's going to be good. Then you can search him like that. Let me think of maybe a possible sleeper, maybe a chief or something. Again, I haven't really done much research this year. Oh, I got 2 minutes. I mean, is there anything else I need to show you on this? Oh, league commissioner. I don't think you guys have access to that tab. Roster and scoring. Roster positions. Okay, we are going to play 1 quarterback, as you see. We're going to play 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and a flex that's a running back or a wide receiver, one of those, and a kicker. We're not going to do a defense. This next year we might. Normally most of them do defenses. We got 6 bench. I could up at 1 because I don't want to do injured reserve. That adds an element that I don't think a new league needs. Let's check on our draft. We got 2 minutes. We can, and let's go over to the scoring settings. I'm open to changing any of these, but I'm going to keep them just basically default settings. Since quarterbacks score so often, they do 4 points for a touchdown, even though in real life a touchdown is 6 points. Every 25 yards, you get 1 point for a quarterback. Rushing touchdowns and receiving touchdowns, they go with 6 points. You get 10 yards. Every 10 yards, a running back gets 1 point. Receiving, 6 points. Receptions, half a point. So wide receiver can just catch the ball and get half a point. And then you have some miscellaneous things that aren't all that important. Some commissioners will go in here and tweak stuff, and it is fun. I've done it before, but since this is a lot of people's first one, I'm just going to keep it pretty vanilla on the scoring. And we've got 1:27. I don't want to go changing stuff. Now, there will be a lot of content out there. Most of the content is that you're going to see on YouTube, or in the morning before the game, there might be a fantasy guy on. It's going to be for 10, 12, and 14-man leagues. So if a talking head comes on before the Chiefs game and says, "Oh, you got to pick up this guy," yes and no. There might be a better player that they just assume is not available in a 10 or 12 or 14-man league. I could have tweaked the settings and added bench, added more starting spots so that you could listen to the talking heads. But then it would get too deep, and you really wouldn't recognize any players. But there's going to be a running back probably that is no one drafts except from really savvy players, and he'll be available. And I will go into detail about who gets to pick him up. It'll be the team that is the lowest rank. So let's say you've lost your first 2 weeks. You'll have first dibs if you haven't taken anybody. Oh God. Okay. Are we okay? 39 seconds. It put me in. But you will have first dibs on that breakout running back that nobody saw coming. Now, once you pick that guy, let's say, then you default, and now you have last pick for once everyone else picks another guy up, if they do. But essentially, it's kind of, it's not giving priority. It's a bit of a handicap. So the team in first position that's 3-0, let's say, by the fourth week, gets last option to pick up that breakout player. And I've already forgot what pick I have. And let's go all positions. Okay. This is a similar draft. I've got 30 seconds in this stupid thing. Puka Nacua, everybody remember him? Ahmad St. Brown. Yeah, again, so this draft, Christian McCaffrey that I took last time is not available, even though I have a similar pick. Let's go with Ahmad St. Brown because there's no injury risk. Puka Nacua has a Q by him. We hovered over that, and by the start of the season, he's probably fine. But there is some notes you can even click on. It'll tell you a little bit of stuff. Okay, he's got a groin injury. Doesn't mean much. Ideally, I'd prefer healthy players with no questionables, but sometimes they'll get that designation and they're fine. And that can just be part of the research we do. In an 8-man league, of course, I said there was going to be a bunch of talent available, but man, after we got around 4th or 5th round, I was like, what the hell? Okay, I've already taken a wide receiver. Do I take another wide receiver? Yeah, what the hell? He's highest on this board. So I'm going to take JSN. He's a great wide receiver. I'm not sure why he's available at the second round, honestly. Now they're just flying off. Look at all these picks. I mean, is anyone even here? Am I the only guy in the lobby? That's okay. We got Brock Bowers. Tight end is coming up. Hey, it's the high. Now there's not much difference between a ranking of 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And you can even filter by projected points. Hey, if I just want to go projected points, I can go Josh Allen. But let's just keep it simple. He's the highest player. I like him. Now I got my tight end spot filled. Let's do a little different strategy this time. We are not going to take a quarterback until we absolutely have to. Heck, we might even take a bench player before quarterback. That seems crazy. And I probably won't do that. But let's fill all our spots, all our starting skill positions, I guess is what they call them, before we even look at a quarterback. And let's just see what quarterback we get. This is an 8-man league, so we're going to get the 9th best quarterback is still a really good quarterback. Unless somebody gets weird and just takes 2 quarterbacks before they even have their... let's go. Okay, I've taken 2 wide receivers, so let's go. Bryce Hall, I believe his name is. I'm not a big fan. Kerryon Williams. Rashid Rice down here. Let's go Williams. And honestly, as I'm doing these drafts in 8-man, I don't know. I might go running back in our actual. I'm telling you my strategy. What the hell? Yeah, are running backs heavy, or is it just the way this draft is falling? Let's go. I can still do a wide receiver on this. I think I misspoke. Wide receivers are heavy. Let's go Chris Olave. And now I got Chris Olave. And he's in my flex spot. That doesn't mean I have to play him there. I can move people around. I can play him in this spot, and I can play JSN, the flex. It doesn't really matter. Let's go. I'm not going to take a wide receiver because it would go straight to my bench. I'm going to go with the best running back available. I've already decided. And I think in this draft, so we'll take Swift, and we're going to take, now all my skill positions are full. All I have to fill as far as starters are Kicker, defense, and quarterback. I'm not going to take a quarterback. I am going to take two shitty quarterbacks at the end of the draft. And my thinking is I'll just play whoever has the best matchup. And they're probably not going to be shitty quarterbacks. Quarterbacks score in garbage time and whatnot. So let's go. Now I'm just going to take the best wide receiver, tight end, or running back available, Ladd McConkey. He's mine. I just drafted a bench player before quarterback, and I'm not scared. I'm not saying you should do that, but I did it because it's my $20. Damn it. I mean, if I want to take all white players, it gives you a picture. Just have the most racist team ever. Probably not recommended. But if I just want an all-white team, I could do that. If I wanted an all-black team, I could do that. Let's go with the best running back, Judkins, Cleveland. He's mine. Do I want a tight end? In this league, I probably would, but I'm going to draft like it's our league. So I really just want Bucky Irving. Oh, he won me a league last year. Let's go with Bucky Irving. Again, I don't have my quarterback spot filled, and that is insane. I don't care. There's a good chance that a quarterback that no one drafts has a good year. And then he's the guy to pick up. I spoke of a running back that has a breakout year just because it's the most common position. Running back's a volatile position. I've won many leagues by drafting wide receiver early, getting the best solid blue chip if it was a stock, And we are going to be picking soon, and we got 2 running backs on our bench and 1 wide receiver, so I want a wide receiver. But for some reason, there's a lot of... Look at this guy, didn't even have a picture. We already got Brian Thomas Jr. Boom. He's mine. Okay. Now, do I take a quarterback? Have we been ridiculous too long? Yes. Let's see. Brock. Oh, we've been ridiculous. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Maybe we waited too long. Let's go with Bo Nix. Well, he's going to have a sophomore slump or whatever. Is he even a rookie? Or second year? Oh, this is bad. Okay. People don't like Mahomes. I still got my hometown quarterback. That won't happen in our league. Somebody's going to take him. We have a lot of Kansas City fans in our league. Let's go. I don't know who I'm really high on. Again, I haven't done any research. Brock Purdy is such a boring pick. Bo Nix is going to have a sophomore slump. Jackson Dart? Kyler Murray? Stafford is old as shit. Let's not go quarterback. Let's go another skill position. No picture. Don't like that. Doubtful. Questionable. Josh Downs. He's still in Indianapolis? Yes. Okay, I got 1 more bench, and I still have to get a kicker in defense, which I'm just going to wait because I really don't care who my kicker in defense is. Defense, you'll probably see me this year dropping a defense every week, adding a defense every week, because I want to play the defense that plays the worst quarterback, the worst team. Let's go. I got wide receiver, running back, wide receiver. Okay, we need a running back. Nope, I don't like any of them. Actually, RJ Harvey? Yeah. All right, now I'm forced to take a kicker in a defense. Oh, crap. Now I don't have a backup quarterback. Can I take a quarterback? Let's see if it lets me. And maybe it'll just put him... It'll just do another bench and then... Actually, I think it will. Okay, so it let me take a quarterback even though my bench was full. And what's going to happen is I am going to not have a defense or a kicker. I'm not going to have a defense. So I'll have to drop one of these players before. I wouldn't have to, but to have my roster full. Let's go kicker. And let's go with Tyler Loop, I think his name is. And I think that's the draft, even though I didn't finish him. That's it. Draft complete. Again, hectic. It won't be that hectic. Thank you for watching the tutorial. If you've made it this far, God bless your soul. But yeah, the day we do it, it won't take too long. In the 10 man and 12 man and 14, it can get pretty long. I've set it at 130. I could have set it at 115 each round, or maybe even a minute each round to speed it along. But this is a new league, a lot of new players, and I think we need a little more time to pick to kind of really enjoy the process. And there's a lot of, it sounds like there's going to be a lot of people auto drafting. I prefer if no one did. If everyone logged in and just gave it a whirl, had a laugh. I think there's a chat that, or we can text each other as we are picking, talking shit. For a new league, new players, probably maybe not. But yeah, I mean that's kind of fun part of it. But it sounds like there is going to be quite, a handful, maybe half auto drafting. So that will speed up the draft. But yeah, let me know if you got any questions. Don't hesitate. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Or I will log in Sunday and see who drafts. Appreciate it. Let me know if you got any questions about this thing. Bye.